I'm only gonna do a few movements today. It's lower body, leg day. I'm gonna do a squat variation and then probably a single leg variation thing, and then I'm thinking either like calf raise things, either seated or standing, and then some leg raises. So nothing too crazy. I might add something in there as I'm going. I'm not, I don't have anything set in stone right now. I have like a gist of what I want to do, but I'm trying to keep it a quicker workout, just get out within an hour or so. So good day, lower body day. We're gonna go during peak hours today, so I'm sure that there's gonna be music blaring, so we probably won't be able to turn the mic on while I'm lifting. But yeah, it's been good getting back into things, but I've been working pretty hard on honestly changing. I guess I'm not really changing my career path. I am just going in, like the strength conditioning path. I'm kind of veering to a different angle that I've been doing. I don't even know how to, I guess just a different lane of the same road. So I'm just changing lanes a little bit, but not going onto a full different road. Like I'm staying in the strength conditioning, all that area, field of work, if you will. But I am, instead of focusing so much on my own business and training on the side out of other gyms and stuff, I am starting to focus on trying to find a path within like a university, a college of some sort, working maybe not at first with athletes, but I'm going to build my way into that, if that makes sense. So I've been working really hard the past week and a half of applying and pushing for jobs that orient around, the university setting, and I think that's the path I want to. I really did some like self-reflection, and I would like to structure a career that's not based on, like the what ifs. Yeah, my business stuff is so up and down. I have clients here, I have a couple athletes there, but month to month I could have like maybe one client, this month, and the next month I have, 4, and then the month after I only have 2. It's very volatile, and and just the training side, outside of like if I started working at multiple gyms, yeah, that would make up for the time, the clientele, the hours, all that stuff. But honestly, as much as I love just the personal training aspect, I love how you can build your own schedule, and you can work with clients and off their schedules, and you can really make room for growth in other areas. I don't see this, because I was using it to supplement my business, like using it to build on what I want to do with Lincoln Performance, where I'm working with the combat athlete guys, like grapplers, MMA guys, Muay Thai guys. I've been trying to push that, but honestly, if you are thinking about starting some sort of business of whatever it is, the best advice I have from working at this for almost 2 years now, like significantly just like straight up working on trying to grow a business, especially service based, unless you already have this, you already have access to a ton of clientele that's already going to build a book of whatever you're doing, or you're working with somebody that's going to just give you that. If you are starting a business and you have to start it as your side hustle at first, I honestly recommend that you have almost a full-time job. And it sucks because it's like, well, how am I supposed to work on this and a full-time job? Honestly, if you get about a year or two into it and your business hasn't, you're seeing progress, but it hasn't hit what you're looking for, where it's, it's a full-time paying job, you're gonna want that full-time paying job unless you really have no bills at all and no responsibilities whatsoever. I mean, do what you want. I tried it that way, and maybe you can do it better than I did. But I keep running into roadblocks because I don't make enough on my main gig to help grow my side gig into my main gig, if that makes sense. Like, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money to put the time into growing the business as much as I would like. A lot of what you need to do is advertise. You need to build programs. You need to get people to you need to put on free stuff. You need to be able to offset and be able to save some money from what you're making on the business, whatnot, so you can pay off taxes. There's just all these little things that come into play that having, decent pay or just a normal steady pay and maybe even benefits will help so much with building a business. And yes, at the first 1 to, let's say, 5 years, it's gonna suck, doing a full-time job and then on the side trying to turn a side hustle into a full-time job. It's gonna suck. But what you want to do is build that side hustle into it, but without any funding or backbone to it. You don't have enough to funnel into it, and I'm finding that out. And like I said, maybe it's just my issue, and if you're gonna do it and you already have the means to push forward, if that's funding, time, or just not that much responsibility, right now because you're just starting or whatever, younger or whatever, that's great. I unfortunately am not in that position, and I'm really realizing that I can't keep hammering away at a solid wall when I don't have, I have a small little hammer, like a normal hammer, but I need a sledgehammer, right? And my little hammer is like the work I do now, like the training and whatnot. It's a little bit more than a part-time gig, but it's still not like a full-time job putting in money in my pocket to help me pay bills, eat, all that stuff. So it's that little hammer that I'm chiseling away at this solid wall, when if I had a full-time job that would actually give me the backbone of being able to take a little bit more risk or put a little more money away or whatever, that's the sledgehammer that I could use to actually bash through the wall, get through this thick ass solid wall. So I don't know, hopefully my analogies are making sense and why I'm doing what I'm doing makes sense, but not that you care. I just, at some point, if you're not seeing the results, and this can go into training, this can go into life, this can go to business, it's whatever. At some point, if you're not seeing the results and you've been working, you've been actually working at it, it's not like you're being lazy about it, it's probably time to change the course. And also staying open-minded, because I'll take what I'm saying, like what I'm applying for, the university route and stuff. I actually, honestly, going more in depth with it and all these things that I'm applying for and I'm shooting for, and the more of the plan that I'm building, the more I'm like, well, if that becomes my career, like my overall career, and I just I keep my I still want to do my business, but keeping it as just a side hustle that I help my I help combat build their athletes and stuff like that. I might be okay with that. I wouldn't mind, because that has room to grow and express and apply all my skills and my experience, and working with people who want the same. They want to grow and build their own athletic ability or their health or their fitness. It's just, there's so much that comes with it that I honestly wouldn't mind if it became my career, and that's what I'm shooting for. So just a quick update on everything that's going on, and like why the videos even after the comp are a little slow of getting out, because I've been focusing so hard of trying to get all these applications done, because of spring and these schools have their closing time because they're getting ready for like the next few terms, so everything's closing. So I've been just trying to pump out my applications and the resume and the cover letters and all just my experience that goes with whatever job, because I've done so much over the years that I have to alter it for whatever job that I'm applying for. But that's the update. Now we're about to go do a little bit of legs. Alright, so back in the same spot. Too lazy to prop it up on the window, and I kind of just want to sit for a second after all that. So did Zercher squats with like a mix of doing Zercher deads to start the sets and to end the sets. So basically, you know, each set was, I think I did either 6 to 8 Zercher squats with 2 Zercher deads from the pins, you know. So it was pretty good. I worked all the way up to 225. I only did 1 set of 225 because I didn't want to push it. Felt great, and working up was fine. My back was awesome. So felt really strong, but because I haven't been doing it very often, my arms in the upper back were kind of giving out because they're just not used to it. I haven't been doing Zerchers, at least for intensity in a little while. So I'm gonna keep hammering those. I really want to work up my Zerchers again and get those nice and strong. Then instead of the single leg walking lunges, which I'll just do next leg day, I actually decided to do the pendulum squat, that machine. I think it's a cool machine and it's very humbling, but I probably put some clips of it. I was loading it from the opposite side, so there's 2 parts of loading the pendulum squat, and I believe it's so you can offset a little bit and help yourself out. So I was putting it on the part where it wasn't putting load on me, it was doing the assisted. So I felt like it was super easy, and I was like, man, I remember, because back, a couple years ago, my gym had a pendulum squat, and I remember it being humbling. So I started loading it, and I guess I just didn't really think. I'm doing these sets. I'm doing like sets of 12 after those Zerchers, and I feel my legs after the Zerchers. So I was like, okay, these are gonna suck, but might as well do it because it's a nice machine. I was gonna even try singles on it, but yeah, the sets were super easy. So I was like going through it, and I'll make sure to put a few of those clips in. And I was like, okay, cool. So then I added the single leg. Like I just held a dumbbell in one hand and did single leg calf raises with 50 pounds. So I just did 6 on each side. It's like, dang, that's cool. And now I was kind of looking at it, and I was like, oh man, that's why it's easy. So I started loading it again, and I'm like, man, this is way too easy for how much weight I have in there. Because I got up to 4 plates, and I think I was thinking about putting 2 more on. So I was going to get to 6 plates because I was like, okay, this is way too easy. Realize there's a loading on the back end where you're sitting, like right behind your seat. Because I was loading in front of me, which I don't know why I didn't register it. Whatever. Yeah, loaded a couple plates on there. Humbling right away. So even though it was easy, I got like 3 or 4 sets of 12 with the easier weight, and I just doing full range. Legs are still getting a little pumped because I'm still technically like body weight squatting, and I don't know why it took me so long. I just think I was out of it. I was trying to focus, but it's been a long day, and I just did all the Zerchers, so I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Finally loaded it, and then I did 2 or 3 sets of like 8 and 12. I think I did 2 sets of 8, and then I just tried to hammer out 12 on the last one, which was pretty. I had to pause for a second a couple times, but it was good. I think I'm gonna try to do the pendulum more often. I'm gonna put that in with rotation of the hack squat. So either hack squat or pendulum squat, and I think I'll go back and forth with that. Still gonna do my back squats and my Zerchers as my main power movements, and then probably sprinkle on days that I have a lot more time. I'll probably structure in walking lunges, because I'm a big fan of walking lunges, and then variety with the calf raises. And I didn't get to the hanging leg raises because I need to head home and actually cook dinner. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. It was a good workout. Thanks for listening to the rant at the beginning. Hopefully things pay off.